Hello, everybody. It is Dr. Amy coming to you with another lunchtime inspiring moment. Today, I have a topic for you, and I want to talk about career development a little. I had some people that asked me some questions about career development and what are some of the things that aspiring leaders have to actually look at doing. So I decided today to talk about the topic of when do you know that it's time to pivot from your job? How do you know when it's time to leave your current job? Or the question that I want to ask to you, how many years do you work at a job and you start to get that itch to pivot from your job? How many years is that? So you've been working for a company for for a few years. I don't know how many ever years, and you get that feeling that it's time to do something else, to grow, develop, to move, whether it's to leave that company or apply for a higher position or what. What's that year for you? How many years? So what I want to do today, I want to hear about that because there are some other people that want to know, what is that number? Is it just me that I've been here, say 7 years, 8 years, and I don't see any more growth for me, and it's time now for me to pivot. So I want to give you a few tips here today. I wrote some things down that I think is of value, some tips for you. So whether you're trying to get noticed and get promoted to a senior leadership position within your organization, whether you're trying to move on to another organization, or, it's time to start and build your own business. Believe it or not, the skills look the same. So get your piece of paper and jot some of these things down because, that's the space that I'm in. It's about development, leadership development, executive development, personal development. So, of course, the first thing then that's on my list that I want to say to you is if you're looking to grow, develop to the next level or to the next thing, to your next journey, number one is you have to develop your skills. Write that down. You have to develop your skills. The first thing that you're going to need is to have and/or develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset means that you're always willing to go to the next level, even if you don't know how to do something, that you're going to take the time to learn how to do it. Learn, then apply. Learn, then apply. So I know that to be considered for a leadership position, it's important to have a strong skill set, have a skill set that aligns with the needs of the organization. That's one of those things that I always helped people to do and to understand that if you're looking to get promoted and get into a high leadership position, you have to have some skills that aligns with the needs of the organization. You need to know what is the organization looking for in their leaders, in their high managers. So that means that you need to have some strategic conversations then with your boss or with your boss's boss or with an executive of that organization. One of the main things that I tell people when you're at this point is to try to find a supporter within that organization, say an executive within the organization who can be a champion of you. So you have to have some skills that align with the needs of the organization. What's another one here that I have? You have to identify the skills required for the role that you're interested in, and then work on developing those skills. This could be taking courses, attending workshops, or seeking mentorship from a senior leader at that organization. Or this is when I say it's important to invest in an executive or a leadership coach who can help you to develop those leadership or executive competencies that's needed in any leadership position. It doesn't matter what organization you're with. So number one is develop your skills. The skills that you're going to need to be an effective leader is communication skills, people skills, conflict resolution skills. Those are some things that you have to work on developing. All right. And then number two, the second thing is build relationships. I don't know how many times I've said it here, but you have to be able to build relationship with your colleagues, your managers, and other leaders within the organization. If you are not building relationships relationship or you are a toxic person, you know, you're not going to be that person to be selected for a leadership position. And sometimes we need the next one that I'm going to say, I was going to say sometimes we need self-awareness, but that's one of the pieces, is to get to a place of self-awareness. That's the next one that I have here on my list. Self-awareness. Write that down. Self-awareness first, and then work to master all of those emotional intelligence competencies. Self-awareness, self-motivation, self-regulation, empathy, and effective relationships. Goes back. Effective relationship is one of the competencies of emotional intelligence. I hope you can see how those all come together. So 1 was to develop your skills. 2 was to build relationships. I said 3 was self-awareness, to become self-aware. And another one that's important when you're talking about developing yourself and wanting to be an effective leader is collaboration. Learning how to work with other people within the organization, colleagues, people on your team, higher up. I mean, hey, the janitor, the whoever, learn how to collaborate with people and find out what they have to contribute and what you can contribute to them, and then work together. But collaboration is another one. One of the other ones that's very important too is, write this down, taking on challenging projects, right? I think I've mentioned that here before. If you want to be noticed for a leadership position, you have to start doing some things now before you even get into the position. So volunteering for challenging projects or assignments can help you gain visibility within the organization. And that gives you the opportunity then to demonstrate your leadership potential. So look for opportunities within your organization to take on new responsibilities and showcase your skills and abilities. Remember when you were young, it used to be show and tell? Well, we're grown now, but it's still the same thing. Show and tell. That's what this number is all about. Taking on challenging projects and showing what you know how to do now. All right. I think that was 5, but let me repeat them just to be sure. Number 1, develop your skills. Number 2, build relationships. 3 was work on self-awareness and building strong emotional intelligence, collaborations, and then taking on challenging projects. What do you think about that? And another thing that I want to say is, when you want to move to a leadership position or a higher leadership position within your organization, communicate your goals to someone. If it's within the organization, communicate that goal to your boss, to your boss's boss, to another leader, to another executive. If it's outside the organization, start communicating your goals to other people, because, you know, they may be able to recommend you for a position or let you know, even if they're not recommending you, they can tell you about other opportunities. So make sure your manager and other leaders within your organization are aware of your career aspirations. Communicate your goals, and also ask for feedback on what you can do to achieve those goals. That's one of the biggest ones. Ask for feedback. For a matter of fact, in my coaching program, one of the things that we do for leaders is we do a 360-degree assessment. That's where your manager, your manager's manager, and some other people that you select get to tell you anonymously what they feel about your leadership style, your leadership skills. And that is such important information to help you on your journey to developing as a leader. So I hope these 5 tips helped you out. First one was develop your own skills. Develop your own skills, and mindset is the first one. That's very important. Focus on that growth mindset. Always be willing to learn and grow and develop. And remember, organizations want to bring people on who are willing to have strong skill sets that aligns with the needs of the organization. All right. So develop your skills, build relationship, develop others, develop teams, collaborate. That's something that's very important. Be willing to take on challenging projects where you can today show and tell and demonstrate to that organization the skills that you already have, where you can show them that you can help take that organization to the next level, where you're, pouring into their people, the employees there, and helping them to develop. And then I said to work on self-awareness. We all have to be aware. Let's be aware of our strength in addition to our weaknesses. Do a SWOT analysis where you know what your strength, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to yourself. You know what those things are. All right, so build that self-awareness, build up your emotional intelligence. And that's my advice that I have for you this week, career development. If you're happy with where you are, great. Be the best. Be the best. That's something my parents used to always say to me growing up. Whatever it is you want to do, be the best at what you do. Be happy with what you're doing. Be the best at what you do. That's my message for you today. I said thank you so much for joining me. I see Michael Brown joining me live. I say hello, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do something to make sure that next year is better than this year. Tomorrow is better than today. Rather that's working on yourself or taking the time to help somebody else. How about that? You can also help somebody else and pour into someone else. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you right back here the next time. Be blessed, my friends. Let's go.